Hello everyone, checking in on day 3 of Alloy, a prepared piano project here at Experimental Sound Studios on this wonderful piano here in Chicago. So here on day 3, I'm going to be looking at the Chopin Etudes Opus 10, and in particular number 1, which looks like this. It's a great piece of music. It's beautifully written, obviously, because it's Chopin for the piano and for your hands. And it's really got such a huge resonance to the sound. It's like big arpeggios and big octaves in your left hand. So there's just a lot of sound going on all the time. There's a lot of pedal. And so I'm trying to figure out what to prepare inside of that, within that could even maybe highlight even more and pop out of the texture in a louder or just different way. And so I'm going to primarily focus on bolts because that seems to add a dimension while not losing too much of the, while not compromising too much of the overall volume when you compare it side to side with non-prepared pitches on the piano. So we'll see what happens there. It might not work, so we'll see. And then I want to try some experiments with these washers that I got a couple days ago now, and see what works there. And then finally, I'm going to do the full prepared piano setup of John Cage Sonatas and Interludes for prepared piano from 1948, and work on a new piece that I'm writing for piano 4 hands, which is 2 people sitting side by side at the same piano. And here's some sketches for it, just some ideas. I'm going to keep working on that. All right, I hope you enjoy. So what would happen, I think, is going to be something along these lines where I'm just going to try to play those notes. From C to F. And then again, 3 octaves higher, so that every time it gets to that area, it goes, highlights. Here we are with 5 different washers. Here's the rounded one, external teeth, internal teeth. There's the brass. Here's the nickel. Rounded. I like this one the best personally. All right, just a quick reflection on day 3 of Alloy. Working on the Chopin Etude number 1 was really fruitful. I found some really interesting things when I prepared this range from C to F, basically C4 to D4, and then the higher range here, 3 octaves up, from C to F as well. And I want to try to experiment more with this range in terms of adding something that kind of deadens the sound, perhaps. It'd be an interesting effect. And then, of course, this range is open to something too. So each octave kind of has its own unique possibilities because it's so well written contrapuntally that it keeps addressing each range on every pass through each chord. So there's a lot of really interesting possibilities there. In addition, I would want to try this with Bach's Prelude in C major from Well-Tempered Clavier, Book 1. I think it would be a good companion piece to work on simultaneously. And then for these experiments, I had a lot of fun. I'd say the standout for this washer comparisons was this external tooth made of zinc with a bolt. And it just sounded wonderful. It's such a light metal that it really brushes the string, brushes quote unquote, because it just sounds like a brush to me. It's a really great sound. That was a new, that was a new discovery for today. And then I composed a bit and made some progress on doing the John Cage prepared piano setup on a new work for piano four hands. That sums up the day. It was a lot of fun. I'm pretty tired. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and see you next time.